10:35 again. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which has great recompense of reward. Verse 36, you got it? Yes. For you have need of what? Patience. We talked about that last week. That's endurance. That's the ability to stand against whatever comes. That after you have what? Done the will of God, you might receive the what? Now, keep your eyes on that. Do not look up at me and do not look up. Keep your eyes on that. It's not a trick question. Do you see the word after? Yes. For you have need of patience, that what? After. Okay, you see it. You have done the will of God, you might receive the what? Promise. See, everybody wants the promise. Anybody in their right mind wants the promise. Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyone in their right mind wants the promise. The issue is wanting that promise, they want it before the after. They want the promise up front. They want the promise first. Well, God promised it, and by his grace, you better watch out his grace. Because his grace requires faith. Y'all missed that. His grace, if it's going to be by grace, it has to be by faith first. Keep things in order. So look at the promise. See promise? Yes. Do you see after? Yes. What comes after after? You have done the No. So you see after. Yes. I'm just having to look at those, and you see the promise. Yes. What comes after after? You have done just say the promise. Because I just had you looking at after in the promise. You're looking at it, right? Don't look up. Don't look at me. You see after. Yes. You see the promise. Yes. That's all I'm having you look at. What comes after after? Promise. Does it come before after? No. You're looking at it. Yes. When's the promise come? Before or after after? Are you sure? Yes. Well, that's what's been messing people up. They've been trying to put it before or after. Okay, now that you're looking at it, don't look at me, look you're looking at it. Now back a second ago, I said, what comes after? And what did you say? Start reading that part. What comes after? What comes after? So here are the people, they want the promise of God while doing the will of God. But you're to be doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving your own self. Having done all, stand. Violating scripture, left, right, left. Are you with me? Yes. All the grace in the world ain't going to help you if you're not in faith. Yes. Faith is doing the will of God. Amen. James 1:22, be doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving your own self. Yes. If you want the promise, get busy. Amen. That's right. What am I supposed to do? Whatever God tells you. That's it. Then after you can stand confidently, holding on tight to your faith. Why? Because I've done the will of God. And those who do the will of God abide forever, by the way, and they receive the promise and all kind of benefits. But it's after. It's after. Not before after. It's after. That's why after's there. It's after. After's not a trick word. After said do what's after. And what's after that you're supposed to do will produce what's after what you're supposed to do after. That was quick. Which is the promise. But the promise doesn't come directly after. Your instruction, what you're supposed to do. The faith comes after, which produces the promise. Stop putting the promise before anything else. Because people are judging their faith based on the promise. They're trying to determine if they're in faith or not by looking at promises in their life. And you put that's not the cart before the horse. I don't even know what that is. You cannot put the promise out of whack like that. I know I'm in faith when I know God's will. I know I'm in faith when I know his word. Yes. And I can't deceive myself. Well, did you do it or not? Yeah. Or maybe not. I mean, you know it or not. Right. And when I've done his will, I'm not deceived. Right. I'm also confident. Right. And I don't care what you say. Right. I don't care what poll you take. Right. I don't care what article you want to bring up. Right. What's it got to do with me? Who are you to think it doesn't apply to you? Have you missed entirely everything you've heard today? Right. This is the victory which overcomes everything that applies to everybody else. Right. This is not against people. This is against everything applying. Doesn't apply to me. Doesn't apply to you when you're in faith. It doesn't go that way for you when you're in faith. When you're worrying, you're going to lose your job. You're going to be fired. Nobody going to miss you. They might throw a party after you're gone. After you move out, after you're kicked. No, I'm trying. If you're not in faith, you're part of the problem. You're just like the world. But you told them you were Christian. So they're going to resent that. They're going to talk about you. I'd rather resent me being a believer while I'm winning. The best, look, I don't need to get back at nobody. They can't stand my success. Vengeance is God's. And it starts with that, heaping that coals of, yeah, look, he's winning, though. He's winning, though. What you going to do about that? Not holding anything against nobody. But they ain't going to stop me either. The reason you hold stuff against them is because you let them stop you. Okay. You think you let them stop you. Nothing can stop you.